There's no way anyone believes this is an effective way to display drinks. Had opened 5 doors until I found what I wanted. Yeah, dude, totally. Like, scan the screen. Come on, man. The technology. Cremation facility lost my grandma's urn. I mean, dude, that kind of sucks, but, like, they'll hand it to you in a paper bag, probably. New hire told me she thought it was rude that I was hogging the entire table on lunch. Any thoughts? I mean, that's not there's no one else sitting there. You need to calm down, lady. I've used audio as my opening word every day since day one. Thought I'd change things up yesterday. Wow. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Wardle. My medium fries had only 5 fries in it. I mean, but those are Chick-fil-A fries. Those fill up that entire box. It's packed by weight, not by volume. Actually, no, that's bags of chips. My N key on my new keyboard is slightly off on almost every color. Why? Why are you like this, N? No, N, please, no more. When the package is a perfect fit, there is no room for fingers. That is the key. You need to use the key, stab it into a box to pull it out. That's why it's called the key. Why do people think this is okay? Because some people were raised to be trash, that's all I have to say. Just pick the box up, it's not hard, dude. This restaurant has an automatic 18% service charge for parties of 1 or higher. 1 or higher? Like 10 or higher? I get it. 10 or higher, definitely need this. But like, dude, 1? I love college. Yay! I'm glad I'm going $70,000 in debt a year for this. Paid extra for a window seat and the lady next to me reached over to shut it halfway through the flat. I paid extra money to get a window seat because I have flying anxiety and looking out the window is the only thing that helps me not freak out. And the lady next to me reached over me, my head was resting on the window, and she slams it shut and says, "It's hurting my eyesight." Mind you, this flight was in the daytime, and she also threw away one of the cups I was using while I was in the bathroom. I opened the window 30 minutes later because I started getting nervous, and I paid for it, so I didn't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Whoever pays for the window seat or gets the window seat gets to control the window. You can ask nicely, but they control it. Kind of like how the person in the aisle doesn't have to stand up to let you out. You can squeeze past them. It sucks, but, that's their choice. The middle seats just suck. Just got my first passport in the mail 2 days ago, and my mom's dog has already chewed it up. I mean, it's your fault. Are you staying at your mom's? That's your fault. If you live in the house, if it's your mom's dog, don't put it where it can get it. That's all I have to say. My Uber driver's picture. Enjoy your order. Bro, really? Work their magic? What do you mean work their magic? The slam it on the ground magic trick? Like, ta-da, you have nothing to drink. I made it disappear. Wife won dinner for 2 at her workplace as a reward for submitting safety occurrence reports. This is what dinner for 2 turned out to be. Wow. Thanks, guys. Craft dinner. I mean, I do love craft dinner. Also, the Nestle juice box are kind of fun. My landlord finally decided to pour the concrete yesterday. Without notice, right before I go to work. Just walk around it? I don't know. It does legally have to give you notice. Yeah, you can't just, destroy your shoe, and he knows it. He knows he's getting his balls chopped off. I can tell that your cat is equally shocked at these events. Like, how'd you catch me? This is how my husband opens the bread if I don't get to it first. Just rips a hole in the bag and leaves it open like this, too. I don't see a problem with ripping a hole in the bag, but seriously, at least fold the plastic over itself. Also, you're not supposed to put bread in the fridge. Whoever told you that is dumb. I'm in a brand new house. My neighbor feels my air conditioner is too loud, so he deliberately shines his light into my bedroom. Yeah, not touching this one. Big butt Mia, my dude. Big glass Mia. Yeah, I would do that. Because then what he's gonna do? Blind himself? Woman asked to go ahead of me at Trader Joe's. Okay, maybe she was in a rush. Let's read the thing and let's not judge her too harshly. Just sort of an amusing, but still mildly infuriating antidote. I was at the local TJ's on my lunch break from work. I usually grab a few items for lunch. This time was the Cuban wrap, the red and golden beet salad, and a can of flavored sparkling water. So 3 items altogether. I get online to check out, and the woman behind me asks if she can go ahead of me, as she's in a rush. She has a whole cart entirely filled past the top of the cart. She was also wearing more jewelry than my car is worth, so I'm guessing the maid took the day off, and she got stuck with having to do things beneath her status, like be held up by a pleb like me. I politely declined her offer of being able to wait probably 10 minutes for her stuff to be scanned and then neatly placed in her cart, no doubt by the underpaid kid ringing her stuff up. When it was my turn to pay, she gets the cashier's head and says, "Can I go ahead of him? I'm in a hurry." The cashier asks me if this is okay. No, it is not. The woman says something about how ridiculous this is and bumps me with her cart. I gave her the benefit of the doubt and assumed this was accidental, as it only happened once. That's it. I was mildly infuriated and went about my day. I just thought the story was a bit amusing in hindsight. You know what you do? Do what I do when someone beeps at me the second the light turns green. I would go as slow as possible. For me, when that happens at a red light, I just sit there through the whole thing. Do you want to beep the second it turns green? I will sit there all day long, my dude. So the person she wants to go ahead of says no, so she thinks the cashier is the one who can overrule the denied request. Hilarious. I've had the cashier bloody say it was okay and had to butt in and say, no, it isn't. I'm next. Pushy people get their way more often than not, hence why they are pushy. This lady should meet my brother. My dad sanded my car's hood without telling me. Why? Is he gonna paint it for you? Was asked to give up my seat on plane so they could sit next to their daughter. My wife and I were getting seated on a 14-hour international flight. My wife had the window and I was next to her in the middle seat. My laptop was loaded up with episodes from the show we were watching, and we had our snacks all organized, etc. Nice flight. The two parents arrived, one sitting next to me, the other in the adjacent aisle seat. They are frantic and beg me if I could move so their daughter can sit next to them. I think normally would have stood my ground, but these people were clearly panicked. There were some airline protests going on at times, so I figured they were in an unfortunate situation with a little girl. So I agreed, gathered my stuff, and started walking down the aisles to my new seat. All the time there is a 16-year-old girl playing with her phone in the exit row. That is when I realized she is the daughter the parents were panicking about. She was literally taller than my wife. In typical teenage fashion, she seemed uninterested in the whole ordeal and just sat down next to my wife. I was moved to a seat next to a toddler who was kicking and screaming the whole flight, and the teenager kept resting her pillow on my wife's shoulder. It ended up being a very long 14-hour flight. Just don't do that. I'll be like, yeah, sure, as long as there's no kids next to me. That's what I always say. I give up my seat for things as long as I get my same seat, which is an aisle or a window, and as long as there's no kids sitting next to me. If there's kids sitting next to me, no. I will sit next to a dog no matter the seat, though, because I get to pet them on the flight, because usually people are nice about it. Dad died 8 months ago. His birthday is today, and the hospital that he died in sent him a birthday email. No. This is just a clerical error. Calm down. I get it, but it's not that big a deal. Wanted to report a starting wildfire in Italy. No emergency services could speak English and just hung up on me. Well, okay. I guess Italy's gonna burn down. New sports bra comes with 20 plus tags sewn in. Hooray! That's definitely a mistake, but hooray! Free garbage! Roommate hates not being able to steal my food and calls me selfish. I'm living with one roommate, and he doesn't want to buy his own food, drinks, and alcohol. I would buy a new bottle of tequila and a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper, and by week's end, I only had about 3 Dr. Peppers left. I only drank 2 a day, so I started hiding most alcohol in my room and most of my food and drinks, and now he's told me that I should consider sharing. I asked if he would pay half the cost, then sure I'd share. He got mad and said he won't and I should step up. I don't know what goes through people's heads anymore. It's called being entitled during childhood and trying to do it into adulthood because you were mommy and daddy's favorite. I found that the biggest moochers try to flip the script and pretend that you're selfish or greedy, when in fact the problem is them. This happened to me. A roommate was stealing all my food, and when I confronted her about it, she said, I don't even know who you are right now, as if I was doing some heinous, unbelievable thing. Stop eating my food. It's that simple, Lisa. Sorry, I had a bad roommate once. Felt that something was scratching my arm. Found this poking through from the inside of my jacket. Is that a pen? No, it's a needle. Okay, that is weird. My sister tangled my balls. Oh, I thought you were talking about your actual balls, because at least make it a step, sis. Come on, man. We can get behind the meme, but this is... Ooh, your sister shouldn't be playing with your balls. She could play with my ball. I'm sorry, it was a joke. Please don't cancel me. Airbnb left a slightly crappier review of me. $80 per night. Apparently, we need to clean the place, too. Stayed overnight and left early in the morning. The cabin was left untidy, although house rules were followed and no damage caused. I'm sorry, in your review you said we left the place untidy. I have never been to any kind of hotel or B&B where there's an expectation for the guest to fold their bed linen and straighten up the pillows. We even tied up the bin and put all our towels in the bin as instructed. I think this is an unfair review. Thank you for your message. Indeed, you tied up the rubbish. Our guests generally straighten up the bedding and attempt to leave the place as they found it. There were hangers on curtain rail, and the bed was all... What do you mean? Clean up yourself. That's why you're getting paid for them to sleep here. My butt is beeping. Oh boy, mine is too. Because I'm always backing up this dump truck. Yeah! Okay, back to the thing. I have an implemented pump that delivers pain medicine directly to my spine. Once a month I go and get it refilled. They stick a needle in and deliver more med just like a car filling gas. Long story, but I was forced to move doctor's offices. I went Wednesday to get it filled, and some sort of clerical goof caused the med not to be delivered. I went today and was told it was stuck back east due to bad weather. So now my pump is low, the alarm is going off, so every 20 minutes my butt is beeping, and there's nothing I can do about it. Son of a snitch. It just means you're backing up that dump truck. Stepdad ate my only food I had for lunch at work. Please in the future, if you pay mom, send me a text stating you did. If I receive no communication, I will send you a reminder. Okay, sounds good. Hey, is this Chick-fil-A bag and drink mine? I'm going to assume it is. If it was your dinner, sorry, it was good. Dude, stepdad butthole over here. My younger brother wants me to turn on my hotspot at 4 in the morning. The hotspot just left. Can you turn it off and on? You just acting like, whoa, dude, this kid needs to relax. Little buddy. You can't sleep. Come on. Go to bed. Why? I'm going to wake up. What are you? Oh my God, I hate this kid. I hate him so much. This was $8 at Starbucks. Don't buy at Starbucks. It's gross. And also their mascot was pretty gross. Gave my stepkid $50 for his birthday. Within 2 days, he gave it all to streamers and YouTubers. He got nothing for himself. It's his money. Let him do what he wants. That's why I never turn on streams or donations. I personally think it's wrong to take it from your audience, but you know what? That's what he wants to do. Who knows? Maybe he got to play with them. Maybe he got to interact with them. That's just how it is. Not as stupid as my little brother. He got his first paycheck and spent it all in one night on a streamer that was streaming a horror game. He kept doing a donation that would do a jump scare sound. Spent $400. No, oh my God, please stop, dumb kid with money for a night. Stop donating money to make loud sound. Oh my God, no, I hate it. I'm so scared. Stop. But keep going. But stop. Man, maybe I could be a streamer. DoorDash put a sticker on my windshield. What a dickhead. If you look closely, the 50% off actually refers to your ability to only remove half of it off your window. Imagine living in an expensive apartment complex with cameras and this still happens. Dear Patch Thief, WTF's wrong with you? Were you deprived of oxygen as a baby? Just stupid AF what? I second that. Package Thief, we see you, we hate you, karma is coming. I mean, eventually the karma will get him. My university is implementing a collective punishment policy. Anytime vandalism occurs, the burden is given to students who did not vandalize. That's illegal. No, that's actually illegal, but let's read this insanity. For this academic year, HR is implementing a community degree policy. Any incident of damage or vandalism in the community will be divided amongst the residents in the community/building, and the cost will be billed directly to the students' accounts. Approximately 30 days before students are charged, a notice will be sent to community members in an effort to identify the responsibility individuals for additional investigation. However, in the event that the responsible party is not identified, the repair costs will be assessed to the No, unless you sign the bylaws, and it might be in your lease that they can do this. You should always read your lease, or like a community bylaws, which is what I'm assuming by the way they're speaking. But either way, this is illegal and you need to tell them no. At least in some states it's legal. Pennsylvania is one of them. And LA, to my knowledge. Activity from a children's book. WTF is this supposed to be? Baby, it's supposed to be the way the thing flew away. Cheated by cheese. Oh my God, $51. Oh, they knew what they were doing when they cut that also. Wait, isn't that a sold by weight? That's definitely a sold by weight thing. That's a sold by weight. It doesn't matter. I told my mom not to clean out my drawer until I got back, and she threw out the access code to my calc textbook. Ooh, that's like $1,200. I accidentally left the access code to my calc textbook in my desk drawer at home. I was planning on claiming it today before my free trial ends. My mom told me she wanted to clean out all the papers in there, and I said to hold off until I came back. She cleaned out everything. I paid $140, so I go to, at least that $1,400, I guess. Internet company installed while my GF wasn't home. They really installed it there? Are you freaking... No, they can't go in without you there. No, they can't. I'm calling something sus here. Nope, stuck to the wall. It's all... No. I'm saying this is made up somehow. My ex called me for the first time in over a year. We haven't spoke whatsoever in over a year. She's studying psychology at local community college. She called me at 11 p.m. last night to tell me she thinks I have autism based on 5+-year-old relationship. I, 4 beers into the night and sitting in the garage, couldn't believe what I was hearing. Did this snitch really just call me at 11 at night on a weekday to try and diagnose me with autism? I hate psychology students, not all of them, but like the majors, because like, well, you probably have a severe depression and anxiety and also bipolar disorder. No, you're just as bad as people who self-diagnose off TikTok. You are not a professional until you graduate. Looked after a friend's cat a couple days ago. Didn't bother mentioning to me she had fleas. Woke up with this crawling on me. Ooh, ew. I've had fleas before. That sucks. That is a ludicrous amount of fleas to be on a person. That cat must be absolutely covered. Yeah, the most I've ever found is 1. That's insane. That's not true. I lived in a hardwood house and like the cats were pretty clean, but like they stayed alive on the floor somehow and just kept reproducing, and like there'd be like 15 on your leg if you walked in the one room. We didn't know why. We bombed like 9 times and sometimes it just doesn't work, especially with like deep crevice floors. AC wasn't cooling effectively in my hostel room. Maintenance people didn't respond, so I decided to take a look for myself. This is the filter. It's fine. Totally fine. It's coming out those 2 holes like... It's like breathing through a quarter of a nostril. This is why changing rooms should be enclosed from the top as well. Wow, that's illegal. No, that's illegal. That is illegal. I am 28. Well, you're screwed, buddy. I got married on Saturday. I received this message randomly at 10:45 p.m. during my reception. Full story below. Frick you, I was at a wedding and your ducking bride snitched and complained about it and ruined another bride's wedding. You two are awful freaking people. The bride had nothing to do with it and you ruined her day. Freaking bullcrap. Huh, I mean, okay, that's Facebook for you. My wife and Mai's venue was right next to another venue that was hosting a wedding reception at the same time. Around 9 p.m., my bride pointed out some people by the bar, 5 to 6 adults, and asked if I knew them because she did not. I also did not know them, so we approached. My wife asked if they were here for a wedding. One guy said, "Yeah, we are." I replied, "Okay, but neither of us know you, so you need to leave." A woman chimed in and said, "We just wanted to check it out over here, and just get one drink. We'll tip the bartender, don't worry." My wedding had an open bar all night for beer and wine. I said, "No, you need to leave right now. You were not invited to this wedding, and the drinks here are only for our guests. Please get out." They did leave after about a minute or so, during which I was on my way to rally some friends to make them leave. That was my only interaction with anyone from the other wedding up until receiving this random message request on Facebook. The bride was certainly not one of the wedding crashers, and none of our guests went over to the other wedding reception. So I truly have no idea what happened with the other bride and why it's my fault. Because she's like, "Well, you guys didn't have no bar, but they do over there." Maybe they can't afford it. Open bars are expensive, my dude. You need to calm down and get some beer from like 7-Eleven or something.